What is going on, everybody? We are back on it. My Hero, Season 5, Episode 21. What do we got? 4 episodes left. It was wild to see. I finally had, like, the majority of people just throw their hands in the air, message me on Twitter and the YouTube comments, and just let me know, like, hey, they're sorry, they can't defend it anymore, but what the anime has done as far as story, continuation, development, plot-wise, is just a mess. And I've never seen, since Hunter x Hunter, I've never seen people tell me to just read the manga. Like, the anime has just fumbled the bag. It's good to see because, like, I mean, not good to see, you don't want that, but I couldn't tell, like, was I going crazy? But I felt like this season was just such a flop. And for me, last season was the worst season. So I needed this season to, like, bring me back, like, elevate me. And, like, last season was a disappointment just from what I felt they did with certain characters. This season was just a disappointment just because story was just like, man, we're pulling teeth to get anything. Like and then 50% of the season was the back and forth 1A 1B stuff. We flirted with the vestiges stuff a little bit. We got some Endeavor moments, which is cool because I'm a big Endeavor fan, but that was also like, eh. You saw the Eraserhead, like that stuff was like, whoa, okay, we're going that route. But then even when we circle back to the Shigaraki stuff, it's just like, eh. And most people were like, yeah, Shigaraki's ideology, at least now in the anime. Some manga readers said, give it a little bit, you'll kind of see that, his ideology isn't just like, oh, I've been scorned, I'm gonna destroy everything, I'm gonna get him. That's how it came off. I had hard times, so the world has to suffer. Everybody suffers. It seemed just that like classic cut and dry anime type thing. Um, so we'll see. A lot of people just told me to just go ahead and read the manga, like scratch this season off and just go from there. I'm gonna try to I'm not going to read it, at least not now, but we'll see. I gotta see how the season ends. Um, you guys that are manga readers, how much content do we have for like seasons for anime? Is there enough? Like the manga hasn't ended, correct? It's still ongoing. Is the manga close to ending? Is it gonna end within the next like 5 chapters within the next year? Like, are we that close, or are we still like have 25% of a story still to go? I don't really know. So then my follow up question to that is like, is there enough content for a season just 6? Are we talking like, oh, definitely expect like a season 6, 7, 8? Like, I'm curious how close we are because if we're relatively close to the end, then maybe I wouldn't mind just doing the manga, at the same time that I'm watching. We'll see. We got the Destro cold opening stuff with his son, which I guess is the current leader of the metahuman stuff. The book that Hawks was handing around. They said that they want to destroy the League of Villains. But again, this metahuman liberation thing just reminds me of like the overhaul stuff, just getting like recycled again. Because clearly Shigaraki's story is going parallel with Midoriya's. Like, it's going to end with them at the end. I feel like they just write in certain characters or organizations in the middle of that, but like those two always are going to come out on top. It was like Todoroki and Bakugo in the beginning, but like things happen with them, like Deku like is going to keep advancing. It was Mirio and All Might, but we keep advancing. Now it's Endeavor, he'll sidestep them and keep going forward. With Shigaraki, it was like, oh, we had All for One. We writ him off to the side, lock him up in jail. Shigaraki continues. Oh, we have the overhaul, that'll get handled. Get written off to the side. Here with the metahuman liberation stuff, I feel like, we're going to destroy, we want this, this, this. They're going to get written off, handled accordingly, and then Shigaraki will continue. We'll see. Pressing play on the episode right now. Here we go. Oh, Lordy. Slide and go. I was about to say, where is everybody? Why is he just gliding along? It's freaking me out. Dormant? Like, are they sleeper cells waiting to be activated? Oh, he always wants to fight the big bad boss. He doesn't have time for mini bosses. He just wants the final. Oh gosh. E E logo change like they did with last episode too. Mm. Yep, they needed that one back. Correct. It's not much of a league at all. Yeah, yeah. Without the Nomus, what are they? Because everyone else isn't really that dope. Like Dobby's cool, Shigaraki is Shigaraki, but everyone else is like, eh. Like, what are you really offering me? You know, twice like you're cool, duplicate boy, Toga, but like, eh. Holy shit. Dusted. The group really isn't that dope, minus Shigaraki. Oh god. They don't really. They have quirks that help the league, but not quirks that are good for like just any combat at all. Anything she touches into a bomb. Can she touch humans and turn them into bombs, or just non-living things? I don't know. Um, Can she turn humans into exploding? The blood exploded. I guess that answers my question. Wow, okay. Question answered. Dang, she's got like oh my god. Oh god. Oh. Is she just a fan of her? Or like is she just able to Google this information or what's happening? Good god. Do we just end up conceding here? Like does the league just end up like being like, okay, we give up until old big boy comes? Until Gigantor brings his ass around? Yeah, she needs the actual source. Toga gonna end up going off. Toga gonna end up going crazy here. I'm getting out of this. I can't remember if this girl's still alive or not. Does Toga actually end up killing her or not? I can't remember. If she was sitting at the table, like, when we were in present time, because this is a flashback. Toga, quirk, transform. By ingesting someone's blood, she can transform into them. Was she able to use their quirks too? I can't remember if she could use the quirks of the people she transforms into. Hmm. Toga flashback. Hmm. Oh, that's the interview with her parents. Damn, she's surrounded. You're not gonna walk up on her. That's a mistake. Why would you walk up on her? That was a mistake. That was a mistake. That's where you lost. Can she turn into animals? Have we ever seen that before? I don't think we had. I don't. I don't know if she able to. What? Did she just activate? Oh! What the frick was that? What did she just turn? That's a dope shot. I like that hand drawn. And then we just shift right back. Like, what's the point of changing? Like, you change the way you look, we still know it's you. Is she gonna ascend to a new power? Like, or are we just gonna. Oh, I didn't know she got the abilities. I'm gonna be honest with you. I couldn't remember if she got the people's abilities or just was like Mystique and looked like them. I thought so too. She unlocked that power. Like, did she just open that now? Release. They're all gonna explode when they hit the ground, right? She's got bombs and shit everywhere. Oh, they're dead. That's straight. I mean, Toga's whatever. I can't remember if she was always able to use the ability or not. I can't remember. I'm trying to think back to that school thing. I think she could. Dang, that girl's quirk was dope too. The one that just could plant landmines wherever. So she just got a power up. Like, she was nearing death, got a power up, did what she had to do, and it. Then the question then remains: can she copy anybody's? Like, even the all for one quirk, can she copy that? If she gets Deku's blood, turns into Deku, can she just wield it? Can her body handle it? I don't know. You start getting into the Monoma questions of like, when he copies Deku's thing, he can't because he's. I don't know. I don't know. TBD. Yeesh! That's the only thing that really saves Shigaraki for me is the quirk. Besides that, I don't really care for his character. He touched like one thing and it took out the whole group. His quirk looks like it's boosted up too. What's up? Yeah, this is a good counter for you, huh? Can you melt that ice? So we're gonna get to see the league. It looks like we're gonna get to see the league and how all their abilities have like juiced. Only person in the league with a wide range attack. Okay, Todoroki, what you doing in that jacket? He controls ice. He doesn't make it. Okay. What the hell? So he controls it, he doesn't create it? I'd love to see him and Todoroki go at it, but like every time he creates ice, every time Todoroki creates ice, like he'll just control it. That's what I want Todoroki to be able to do. Control it with more precision. We know they're not actually dead or harmed because we've seen them flash forward. That's the problem when you do flashbacks within episodes, when you already see how the characters end up. Like, I'm not really... nobody's gonna die here. They know all this information. Did you just make a bunch of clones that look like his original self? Oh my god. He will lose his mind. You can change things that are about the same size as people, like fridges, into puppets? I was about to say, that's gotta be fucking with his mind. Like, that's gotta be such a mindfuck for Twice. I was about to say, that is too much for his mental. Let me flash forward a little bit, see if there's an after credit scene. His mind cannot handle that. After credit, after credit, after credit. Let's see. Let's see what we got. Nope. Okay. So we'll end it there. Yeah, I can't, because the same way the reporter chick was talking about, you know, the information we have, Toga can only duplicate the person's appearance. She can't use the quirk. And that's what I thought it was as well. Because when we saw her in, that was 2 seasons ago, right? Season 3, where they had the like inner school competition thing. And we saw that Toga was, you know, impersonating multiple people. Can't remember if we actually saw her use anybody's quirk, and I don't think she can either. So the girl kind of explained there. She's like, "Don't tell me you just unlocked a level to your quirk being on the edge of death." You know, the typical like anime power up, you know, power of love, friendship, on the edge of death, your abilities, or you'll unlock or ascend to a new level. That's essentially what kind of happened here. But then that just opens a whole can of, okay, we're back to the copying quirk thing of like, what's the limitations on that? If she gets Deku's blood, can she copy the ability? Because again, are we going to take the Monoma route where like she doesn't even know what she's able to copy, but it'll be kind of like she can't copy a stockpile thing? You know how they kind of explained with Monoma. I think the easiest way they explained it was, you know, he copied the quirk that was like the stockpile, like the container, but he doesn't have anything in the container himself to use. So, like, would it be the same thing with her? Like, she would be able to copy the quirk but couldn't actually use it because she doesn't have anything stockpiled? I don't know. I have no idea. But then when Deku starts unlocking all these different quirks that maybe don't require stockpiling, could she? I don't know. That's just a slippery slope and confusing. You guys feel free to answer that on what she would be able to do. It all comes down to Deku because everyone else you'd figure she would be able to copy for the most part. So we saw that. Shigaraki over here, he's been able to, we didn't see this before, but I mean, now we have seen it, kind of chain his deterioration quirk. Kind of like I mean, my hand's connected, so my whole hand would be, wouldn't be a good example. But like, if these were all multiple people and they were somehow touching each other like this, if I touch the one on the end, somehow he's just like wiping out the entire anything that's kind of like chained or touched too. I don't think we've seen that before. So I mean, when he does that, I mean, when we kind of got the flash forward or whatever it was of him taking out the whole city, that kind of makes a little bit more sense. But then all those people have to be touching, though. I think so. Because if he just busted up in UA right now and all the kids were standing in a room together, if he touched one kid, if they weren't touching each other, we're not all just going to disintegrate, are we? I don't know. I think they have to be connected. It's cool seeing this Liberation Army stuff, but it's kind of giving me the vibes of like the overhaul stuff. Like they seem super prepared, super knowledgeable. They have a goal. They're on top of it, but somehow by the end of it, it'll be the League and Shigaraki that's left standing, and the Liberation Army that falls by the wayside. They seem super prepared. They're training. They got their own city. Everybody knows what the deal is. They're not afraid to die. XYZ. They've got a plan. But everything looks good until it's not. So we'll see how long that lasts, how it's all organized, what they'll be able to do. And we'll go from there. Decent enough episode. But again, isn't too crazy. It's kind of hard to like take... When you do flashbacks of things and you already know where certain characters are at a certain point in the story, you don't really take... When you go to flashbacks, you can't like... The weight of that situation doesn't hold as heavy because you already know how they end up. If we hadn't seen Toga in the present, or not present because this is all Deku's story, but in the present of the League sitting with the Liberation Army and all that, I would take it like, the way this is set up, she's going out here. But and the Toga stuff was fine. I know people are gonna say like, oh, isn't how sick, did you see how like sick it, like what'd you think of like how they made her look, and wasn't that like creepy next to her face on top of Uraraka's face and her just killing all those people? Like, yeah, it was straight. Like it was straight. But her unlocking the quirk wasn't anything I expected. So it was cool, but we'll leave it there. I appreciate it, everybody. Patreon members, I think we're on One Piece episode 80 tomorrow, or 79, one of the two. The same day this goes up, Patreon members, you guys will get 79. And I think tomorrow, YouTube, we're on episode like 66, something like that. And then we'll have Parasite episode 13 up for YouTube. We'll be on 14 on Patreon. We're going to try to cycle that out, and we'll keep it going from there. I appreciate it, everybody. Like, share, favorite, subscribe, and as always...